And we'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you all on this extremely cold day, and to thank you for your support, and particularly as many of you have come through really difficult travel conditions. I was going to say, and I think we can still extend the welcome, that we will give a very special welcome to a very special lady, Mrs. Rona Weir, who is travelling north. She's on that train that's currently stuck, and she's come to present the petition to Alex Salmond, the petition that's been produced by Windwise Radio in America. The petition and the signatories' comments have been produced as a bound document, and the cover page reads, typically American, lovely American wording, "On this 23rd day of March 2013, we, the people from all over the world who love Scotland, petition First Minister Alex Salmond and Energy Minister Fergus Ewing to stop the reckless siting of wind turbines in Scotland." Despite the considerable correspondence between Harley Caish and Alex Salmond and his officials, the First Minister has declined to accept the petition from Rona. Instead, Alex Salmond has delegated to Paul Wheelhouse, a junior Minister for the Environment. This further demonstrates the arrogant disregard Alex Salmond shows to anyone with different views to his own. And in this case, it's to the 4,300 signatories from 44 countries around the world, many of them potential visitors to Scotland. I can update you on the presentation. I'm afraid it is not going to take place because we've just received a message from Paul Wheelhouse's aide to say that they have booked a room for our delegation in the Mercure Hotel so that we could hand it over privately and discuss the issues. As organised, the group of organisers have discussed this. We told them last night, and Harley Caish told them as well, that we are not willing to accept this privately, or to present it privately. We've stood out the whole time that it must be presented in front of all of you who've made this huge effort today in this awful weather to come up, and they haven't got the courage to meet us.
If you don't put me on trial, then why don't you turn me loose? You can throw the keys away. Let me chase the wild goose. Your progress is my desire. You shouldn't do me wrong. Although it's true, I'm worried now. I won't be worried long. Telling stories to the peacocks, selling systematically just a counterfeit engraving of the way you used to be. Just another one-way number, just another two-way sound. Although it's true, I'm a worried now. I won't be worried
Wind power will keep the lights on.
Rubbish!
Turbines are in the national interest.
Rubbish!
Turbines don't affect human health.
Rubbish!
Turbines reduce CO2 emissions.
Rubbish!
England will buy our renewable energy.
Rubbish!
Community benefit is not a bribe.
Rubbish!
Developers care about communities.
Rubbish!
Tourists love wind turbines.
Rubbish!
House prices are unaffected.
Rubbish!
Thousands of long-term jobs.
Rubbish!
Killing birds, bats and marine life is okay.
Rubbish!
Turbines don't add to fuel poverty.
Rubbish!
And finally, the mega spin. The Scottish Government will only approve the right wind farm application.
The petition was started by Windwise Radio. This is a small radio, private radio, operating in the United States. In recent months it's taken an interest in Scotland. And it was from Graham Lang and I think Lindsay was on being interviewed one day. Harley was astonished to hear that so much damage had done to Scotland. He says, I'll do a petition. And the petition started mainly amongst Americans to see if they agreed with Alex Salmond that the wind farms wouldn't harm tourism. That's where it started. But it broke free. It's gone right around the world. There are contributions from 40 other countries in here. And when I got it, I started reading through it. And I can tell you there was a lump in my throat, an awful lot of these petitions. Alex Salmond used to sit down and read these. If there's any gumption, he would do it.
I'm Rhoda Weir, and the widow of Tom Weir, who used to write for Scots Magazine and had a programme called Weir's Way. I'm here because I joined a crowd that are anti-wind farms. I'm not fond of wind farms. I would like to see them out the road. But Alex Salmond's here, and he wouldn't. I had a petition signed by hundreds of people, and he wouldn't accept it. Which I'm sorry about, because he could have. Anyway, I made the effort to come here. I left the house very early in the morning. I came here from Gartacairn, Loch Lomond side, up to Inverness. And in vain in a way, but at least we have showed our presence. And that's the important thing. But I want to leave Scotland as pure as possible, as uncontaminated as possible. And just as I knew it when I was young. I'd like to pass it on to the coming generation, but I think that's in vain. I'm sure there are other ways of making power, ways other than wind farms. Okay?
Well, we're actually against both onshore and offshore, but the reason for being against onshore wind farm is because they basically don't produce any security of supply. And we have to still have base load and spinning reserves, so we basically still have to use fossil fuels. They save absolutely no carbon emissions. They have enormous environmental impacts, both on the peat soils that many of them are built on. They wreck the landscape, and that in turn impacts on tourism. They destroy habitats, and there's big problems with fisheries, many landscape problems. There are economic problems. These are linked partly to the fuel poverty.
This year we've been part of a bigger demonstration hosted by Stop Highland Wind Farms, and we're proud to have been part of that. The main exercise was to deliver a petition created by Harley Keach in America about the proliferation of damaging wind turbines in Scotland and how much people across the world wanted to protect the landscape and protect the amenity for future visitors. Our own position is that we're very much against the Scottish Government's energy policy, which is not what it says to create a balanced energy mix. It's hugely weighted on the side of renewables and is largely led by the developers, and is causing tremendous unhappiness with people across the country, huge damage to landscape, huge damage to tourism, and potentially huge damage to our economy, because we can't have wind farms are not a reliable source of electricity.